Let's talk about every LEGO Star Wars Ahsoka minifigure ever made, including the brand new for 2023 LEGO Ahsoka as featured in the new Star Wars series Ahsoka. What's up LEGO fans, and welcome to my channel, Pete's Bricks, the LEGO channel for the common LEGO fan. Ahsoka first appeared in the Clone Wars movie in 2008. Of course, we got LEGO sets to go with that. And 15 years later, we're getting what I might consider to be the best LEGO Ahsoka minifigure ever made, but of course we'll get to that near the end of today's video. There have been a total of 5 different LEGO Ahsoka minifigures ever made, one of those minifigures being worth over $200. So without further ado, let's get right into this video with the first LEGO Ahsoka minifigure ever made. Right here we have the youngest iteration and version of Ahsoka. This is based off of her appearance in the Clone Wars movie, as well as seasons 1 to 2 of the Clone Wars. For those of you not that familiar with the character, maybe you're a recent Star Wars fan, Ahsoka is not a Twi'lek, she is a Togruta. Now it is pretty easy to get both of these different alien species mixed up, since they both have the long head tails, though if you've been watching the brand new Ahsoka show, you can see some differences between Hera, who is a Twi'lek, and Ahsoka, who is a Togruta. If you do want to see every LEGO Twi'lek minifigure ever made, including the brand new Hera Syndulla, you can check out that video at the link right above. This version of LEGO Ahsoka was the first LEGO Togruta ever made, so LEGO went ahead and made a special headpiece just for Ahsoka. Ahsoka is unique as being the first Togruta. Very nice new headpiece with nice printing on top. The only other LEGO Togruta that we would get would be Shakti. There's only one minifigure of her, and it is the Clone Wars version. So since then, we've only gotten Ahsoka Togruta minifigures. This here is the oldest Ahsoka minifigure. She is from 2008. So compared to all the later versions, she is the most simple looking. Though I will say that the torso print I think is pretty good. If LEGO made this today, I'm sure they would add a little arm printing, leg printing for sure, and some dual molded legs to represent her boots would be pretty nice, though printing would do the job just fine. This Ahsoka minifigure came in 5 sets over the span of 3 years. You can find her in set 7675 AT-TE Walker, set 7680 The Twilight, both from 2008, then 7751 Ahsoka Starfighter and Vulture Droid, along with 8037 Anakin's Y-Wing Starfighter, both from 2009, and finally set 8098 Clone Turbo Tank from 2010. 3 years later, we would get the next version of Padawan Ahsoka from the Clone Wars, though this design reflects her look in seasons 3 to 5 of the Clone Wars. I personally think that this later design is a major upgrade to both the minifigure and her design in the actual show. In the show, her head tails grow a little bit, and LEGO chose not to reflect that in the figure. Instead, they just reused the same piece they used in the last Ahsoka minifigure, but I really don't think it's a big deal. They added a new print or paint application to the headpiece, which I think differentiates it enough. Instead, here we have a darker blue as opposed to the lighter blue in the previous one. It's more accurate, and the fact that the head tails aren't longer, it does not bother me at all. I think it is a perfectly fine and accurate Ahsoka minifigure as we see her in the show. Not only do we have another great torso print, but we have added leg printing. So already this minifigure is just leagues above the previous one. I like both different expressions you get in this minifigure. You get a smile, and you also get an angry expression for when she goes into battle against the Separatist army. You can find this LEGO Ahsoka in 2 different sets. Set 750-213 Umbaran MHC from 2013, and set 75046 Coruscant Police Gunship from 2014. I didn't mention this already, but I'm sure you can tell the first 2 Ahsoka minifigures are from the Clone Wars, and as a result, they feature the Clone Wars cartoony style on the minifigures. The Clone Wars design thing was pretty contentious, and a lot of adults today don't like it, though as an actual kid who played with the figures, I don't mind at all. Same thing goes for these Ahsoka figures. I don't think it makes them look bad, but the next minifigure does away with the animated printing as we move into Star Wars Rebels. Right here we have Ahsoka from Star Wars Rebels. At this point in the series, she was a full-on adult, and as a result, her headpiece has been elongated, and LEGO decided to finally just make a new mold for that piece. I think the printing all over this figure is great, and you can especially see the difference between your more standard LEGO Star Wars style and the Clone Wars style in her face print. While not the newest Ahsoka, this Ahsoka minifigure is definitely the most unique of the bunch. And she is the only Ahsoka minifigure to feature dark orange skin as opposed to the normal orange used in every other Ahsoka minifigure made. She is also the most expensive Ahsoka to add to your LEGO collection. If you're looking for a minifigure of her right now in 2023, you're going to have to spend at least $200. Money. Now, I am a big fan of Ahsoka. I've liked her since the Clone Wars. I don't have this minifigure, though will I pay $200 to add her to my collection? Probably not. Money, Lego. And I can assume that most of you probably won't either. One of the reasons she's so expensive is that she only came in one set. That is set 75158 Rebel Combat Frigate from 2016. Now we're jumping from the most rare and expensive Ahsoka minifigure to the most currently accessible and cheap Ahsoka minifigure that you can get right now. This right here is Ahsoka as based on her appearance in Clone Wars Season 7. Again, LEGO has chosen to reuse the longer headpiece as seen in the Rebels version instead of making a more accurate, shorter version. Her head tails had grown longer than they did in Season 3 to 5, but they should have been shorter than her Rebels version. But honestly, this really doesn't bother me too much since they did a new set of prints and paint applications to her headpiece. The prints are great, and while a little bit of arm printing would have been appreciated, I think she looks perfectly fine without it. I especially like the fine gold detail on her Mandalorian attire. Like I said, this is the most accessible version of the character that you can get today, as she came out in two different sets. The first is set 75283 AAT from 2020, and 75310 Duel on Mandalore in 2021. This here is the latest version of Ahsoka. Many consider this to be the greatest Ahsoka of all time. Of course, I'll have to be the judge of that. If you've been paying close attention, you'll know that through the course of her aging and her life, her head tails have grown in size, from Season 1 of Clone Wars all the way to her adult form in Rebels. However, for some reason in The Mandalorian, in the Book of Boba Fett, and in her very own Ahsoka series, her head tails are shorter for some reason, and the LEGO minifigure reflects that. Like I said, she features a brand new headpiece that reflects her appearance in the show. Very nice set of prints on that. She features arm printing and is the only Ahsoka minifigure to do so. You get a nice torso, waist, leg, and even footprint. Again, only Ahsoka minifigure to have footprinting, and she comes with a pair of those very nice clear lightsaber blades. So based on the amount of sheer detail and prints this Ahsoka has, I can definitely see why people are saying this is the best Ahsoka ever made, and though she does come in a pretty pricey $80 set for what you get, I still look forward to adding this version to my collection. Let me know in the comments which of these Ahsoka minifigures are your favorite, and are there any that you have in your collection right now, and are there any that you want to add to your collection in the future. Thanks for watching today's video. Have a good day, keep building, God bless, and I will see you guys in the next video on my channel, Pete's Bricks.